Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're listening to the Happily Ever After podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to Happily Ever After. Welcome back to our podcast. We're in our second week. This is actually our first week back. This is the first episode we are recording since our Christmas break. So, yeah, it's fun to be back in it and get back into the groove because we were just talking about, Amanda and I were just saying that we were really in like a flow right before Christmas. Like we are starting to like really hit it. And then here we are.
I've got to ask you an honest question. This is very embarrassing to ask on the podcast. Did you record any episodes when I was not here?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Because I thought I was like missing something. Like it would have been really bad if you had recorded and then I didn't know about it.
No, I wanted to. I truly did. I was like, because I felt like I could do at least like one or two, just like, or even just like an update. I honestly thought, okay, at the very minimum, I was going to get on here and be like, hey, like, this is what's going on. And like, here's an update. We'll be back soon. And I just ran out of time completely.
Yeah, you worked a lot.
I worked a lot. I picked up more hours.
Too.
I did get some more sleep. So I kind of chose sleep when I had a little bit of extra time.
You did.
It was nice.
Yeah.
But we're back. At this point, you've already heard our catch-up episode, and you heard all the stuff that we've updated you on, and we're really excited for that. But that's not what today's about. What is today about?
Me.
Yeah, so we have on Molly, which if you guys have followed us from our YouTube days, you will know all about Molly and Mollycam, which is such an iconic part of our YouTube days, especially in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Molly came on late in our Disney careers, so if you ever go back in time and you watch when we worked at Disney on YouTube, you'll see Molly towards the last half because that's when we met Molly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get all into that today, but first, just want to say again, thanks for supporting us here on the podcast. Thanks for listening wherever you are. We have been getting a lot of 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, so we thank you so much for that. And please keep putting them in. Please keep reviewing.
Are there any
us.
new ones you have to read?
I don't have any new ones today. Yeah,
I've gotten when you read them.
I know I've gotten 5 stars just without like comments.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
definitely
like,
take
the
it.
Details.
Yes. So please, like, put a little detail. Like, leave us a little comment on Apple Podcast reviews, 5 stars, and leave us a nice little comment of, I don't know, what you enjoy about the show, or what you enjoy in general. It's really nice, and then we'll read it the next episode. That's what we're gonna do. I
like that it's always a surprise to me because I never see it until you're like, and like you don't even tell me about it like beforehand. You're like, and here we go. Here's some reviews. And I'm like, oh man,
I know.
We have reviews.
Honest, genuine reaction from her.
Yeah, it's truly really nice. Like even when I get on, so like I check it daily, and I'm like, ooh, is there something new? But it's so nice whenever we do. Like it's just nice in general when you take the time out of your day, even just to give us a 5-star, even if you don't comment. But then when you do take that time to like write a nice little note, it's like, oh, that's really sweet. And it means a lot to us. And it really means a lot in like helping us grow our podcast. And hopefully like our goal is for more families who, you know, are traveling to Disney or just in general, like we want to talk more about our life. We're just hoping more families get a chance to hear our podcast and this reaches them. And the best way to do that is through 5-star reviews, because that way Apple will say, hey, this is a really good podcast, and maybe you should check it out. Because right now they're like, I don't know anything about this podcast. I don't know. Yeah, it might be sketch. You might not want to check it out. So that's kind of where we are. So anyways, that's enough about the 5-star reviews. Again, you can check us out on all of our social media links. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We have a LinkedIn tree where you can find, not LinkedIn tree. We have a link tree. I'm combining two things there, where you can find all the links to everything. And then we also have a Patreon page where we do bonus content. And we have a really fun bonus show today with Molly. And you'll have to stay tuned to the end of the episode. We'll kind of reveal a little bit of what we're going to do. But that's another great way to support our show. We have free options and we have paid options. And of course, with our upcoming Disney World Vacation series that we're debuting on or premiering on YouTube, you can come and join for free and chat with us. We're going to do a live chat as we watch our series together. So it's going to be tons of fun. So anyways, enough about that. Let's get back to you, Molly. I've talked a lot.
Yes, I was waiting for my time.
I know
Thank
you were patiently waiting.
I was
over
sitting
there.
here patiently waiting.
We had to put duct tape on you.
Honestly.
Yeah, we're like ripping it off. Like, okay, now you can speak.
I'm the yap queen. I will yap.
So, Molly, just tell all of our listeners, maybe they haven't watched YouTube, they don't know who you are. Just tell them, like, who you are, kind of like what you do now, and like where they could find you on social media if they'd like to.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Molly. As Molly Cam, as if you don't know, you should check it out. Love it. I currently do not work for Disney anymore. I actually work for Marriott. I work for a hotel. I'm living in New Orleans. And my social media, if you would like to check it out, I am on Instagram. It's at Sprinkle of MK. Lots of travel stuff that goes on there. Disney stuff goes on there. And mostly pictures of my dogs and my sweet nieces and nephew. That's about all I have on there.
And would you say Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
That's the only one?
I have like Facebook and stuff too. It's on there. You can find me on Facebook. It's just Molly Katherine.
Okay.
And then, I'm on TikTok. Wait, I'm so silly. That's been the quote of the day. I'm so silly. I am on TikTok. It's at Sprinkle of MK as well, I think. Ooh.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's at Sprinkle of MK.
Yeah.
I did that so long ago, back when there was a person I really liked, like they had a YouTube channel and they put Sprinkle in their handle and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then I did it.
I always wonder where you got it from.
I got it from another like vlogger. She's actually very popular in the UK. Super famous. And so, yeah.
You know what's funny? When I read your handle, I never think of Molly Katherine. I just think of Magic Kingdom. So Sprinkle of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, if you will. It's like my content is like magic, honestly. It's no Magic Kingdom, but it's like magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, thanks for sharing that.
Thanks for having me on. I'm so excited.
Thanks for joining us this week. We're probably going to have you more often.
Please. You guys have to give them 5-star reviews. That's the only way I'm coming back.
Yeah. Wait,
5-star reviews.
Have you left us a 5-star review?
I have not. I'm ashamed to admit. I will.
She doesn't even listen to the podcast.
Listen, Linda, listen. You know, I have no excuse, actually. I love them dearly, and they are my best friends, so I should be a better friend and listen to the podcast.
But it's like everything we yap about on here, she's probably already heard before.
Yeah,
know,
100%.
What a treasure it is, though, to be able to re-listen to it.
Yeah, well.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, the YouTube days. This can't be called Molly Cam, though. What do we call it?
I don't know.
Molly Mike.
Molly Mike. I love that. Molly Mike. Okay, so if you guys want to hear Molly behind the mic. Okay.
Have you been thinking of that, or did it?
No,
just,
that was
come
like
to you?
instant.
Wow,
That was
that's
really
That was
impressive.
a good one. Listen, I'm tired too. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, I'm a little bit sick. I have just a little cold now, but
Did you just like put that on for it because you're talking fine and then go?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sick."
no. The
Should I
later
turn
the
mine
night
on too?
goes, the more stuffed I get. So
Oh,
no.
Me too. Mine just came out.
Yeah.
So Molly, how did we meet?
We met when we were all working at Disney, but it was at the opening team for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is like a tongue twister. I almost said
I
Runaway Railway.
was the person who was giving Molly her assessment.
You did my assessment.
I know.
Oh my God. And fun fact.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
But I
I was her
actually,
trainer.
she was.
How did you pass?
Because Amanda, I wanted to be her friend so bad. I made sure not to screw up. No. Okay. But really, it's so true. I remember when I came into the building, it's very weird, kind of like scary because you're like a new kid on the block. And Amanda had already been in the building prior to that because you were testing a dress.
Oh yeah, I've been there for like a year.
She
over a year at that
she was
point.
like grandfathered in. I just got there by sheer luck, genuinely put in for a transfer into, was it Disney Genie? Is that what it was called? Genie transfer. It was
Genie transfer. Yeah.
Genie transfer.
Whoa, throwback term there.
I don't know how I just remember that, honestly. And I got accepted. And then I was doing like guest flow, which was basically glorified pack, which was kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. I did Galaxy's Edge, which was super cool. That was back when Rise had just opened. And then they're like, okay, you're going to be going in the building now. And I'm like, okay. And I remember going in there. And I remember seeing you. And I was like, I just really want to be her friend. I don't know why. She gave off this aura of just like, she was like quiet, but like she was the person you wanted to be friends with.
Yeah, but you and Noelle have the same like story about that. And
I
like,
don't
it's
know.
just so weird because I don't think anyone else feels that way.
No, people, if you don't want to be Amanda's friend, like, I don't know why. You're missing out, truly. And so it was so funny. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to talk to her. Like, it's just so funny. And then you did my assessment because I did my training I was with Liddy. I did do
You were
training.
with
I was with Liddy.
Yeah,
Oh, love
yeah.
Liddy. I did training with Liddy. And then I didn't know who was going to do my assessment. And then I got Amanda. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And then it was super fun and super chill. And then I don't actually really know how. Like, we just yapped, and then you yapped back. And then, like, we started talking about her wedding. Oh,
never stopped yapping.
Her and Mitchell were engaged. They weren't even married at the time. Oh, my God. And I'm really...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, we're like, real throwback. And then I don't know how it got to, like, where... I want to say you invited me over to your apartment for brunch. Yeah. I remember there was a brunch, and we watched Hamilton. It was me, you, and Noelle.
Yep.
And you made French toast. Mm-hmm. Oh, how am I, like... My memory bank is being unlocked right now. Like, so many core memories. Genuinely, though. I remember.
I think I have, like, purposefully blocked out like 95% of my life in Florida.
Yeah, but like you were the highlight, honestly. I remember that. Wow. So, and then I got fruit from Publix. Yeah. I was like, why do I remember this? This is so funny. And the mimosas. And Mitchell was there. And I remember I was like, Mitchell can join always. Mitchell was like sitting in the room, and then like he came out and we watched Hamilton. Oh, but like Mitchell's always been involved in girl talk. So me and I were talking about actually the other day we were picking on him because we were supposed to go somewhere and he was sulking because he didn't think he was invited. And I was like, I'm not sure why he's sulking. He's obviously invited. Always invited. Mitchell's the only one.
He comes with the hottest tea.
He really does. But like Mitchell and I will gas each other up though, and I love it. It's great.
That's true.
It is so true. But yeah, so that's how I met Amanda and Mitchell. And then
so we just started yapping and never stopped.
We never stopped.
Yeah, here we are.
And I spent Thanksgiving with him. When I spent Thanksgiving with you, and I tried gravy for the first time at Amanda's Thanksgiving.
I did not know. I don't remember that. That was your first gravy experience.
It really was. And growing up in the South, it's crazy. But I don't know. I just never ate it, but I did.
Do you eat it now?
No, because I don't come see you.
Oh.
I mean, when I come see you. She made this gravy one time. We had biscuits here. It was so good.
It was so good.
And of course, she was like, it could be better. I'm like, I could shovel this in my mouth. I don't know what you're talking about. I remember that.
One of my fondest memories that we have all together in Florida was literally our last night there.
I know what it is.
Oh my God.
And
so sad.
What? Which part?
We went to Celebration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the Christmas lights.
Yeah, with all the Christmas lights. We all rode in the car together.
So fun.
Yeah, it was like
Molly
literally
was like our child in the back seat. But it's so funny because like you sat where Jackson sits now, so it was like we were like our kid in the back seat. Like we had rolled down the window for you so you could see the lights.
Literally, if they did. Oh my God, I remember this. I'd never been, and so they took me. And so if you don't know, which you probably do, if you're a big Disney fan or familiar with the Celebration area, everyone has those little Mickey. Like it goes on their front porch. They put it for Christmas time. It's like a little. It reminds me of like the little lollipop twirler thing like you see at a barber shop.
Yeah.
And it has like a Mickey head on it. It's really cute. Everyone gets one, but I remember because I was sitting in the back seat and the lights were so pretty. But like one thing about Amanda and Mitchell, I will say, like if you, like they're just the most welcoming people. Like they genuinely just like welcomed me in their home. There's just one time I had to call Mitchell to come put locks on my door for me.
Yes.
And I was like, anyone else, I could never have called their husband to do this, but Amanda's like, call Mitchell. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah,
and Mitchell came over.
Like, I can't do anything, but Mitchell will be there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Mitchell came over. No questions asked. Came and he like screwed locks on my door for me. I remember him doing that. And I was like,
the security cameras.
And the security. Oh, yeah. Mitchell came in clutch for all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the best. But they literally they just take care of me always. Oh, and then we went to Disney. We were trying to collect went to McDonald's and we were collecting the Runaway Railway trains.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was so fun. I think it was me, you, Mitchell, and Noelle. I think Noelle went with us. But I don't think I did complete my train actually.
Yeah.
We all did, yeah.
And then you gave me a really nice going away party.
That was honestly, I was so much fun. I do enjoy hosting. I do really enjoy hosting. That was some of my best memories generally were like when we used to like do get-togethers because I feel like I genuinely enjoyed it and I love to like do things. And I had like, it was a Christmas party because I left around that time of year and we made like homemade hot chocolate. I had gotten mugs. I was looking at Amanda's mugs today. I was like, did you get this at my house? And she's like, yeah, from your party. And Mitchell has the matching one.
So sad because you had like bought all the stuff for the cookie decorating and you like bought it all last minute and like we didn't decorate cookies.
But it's okay. Everyone had the best time. That's all that mattered. Everyone had a great time. I was so happy. And I was telling Amanda, actually, it's so funny. I was going through my Etsy because I had just bought some things. And Etsy keeps your orders from like always. And I was like, why did I buy this welcome mat? And then I was looking and I bought you guys a welcome mat for when you were moving to Tennessee. And I canceled the order because they were like, oh, it's not going to ship out in time and you guys were going to be gone. And I was like, because I wanted you to have one. And it said like the Everett's established in 2029. No, 29. Future. 2019.
Future.
The future. Like we're actually speaking in the past, guys. No, we're speaking in the future. What is this, present? I don't even know. Anyways, I know this is the present. But I bought them. I'm at, and then it never got delivered. They were gonna be here on time. I was like, well, then I'm not gonna like give it to them. I was so sad because like that was such a cool gift.
It was very nice.
My favorite thing is how much I made your dog Gypsy fall in love with me.
I knew he was gonna say Gypsy.
Gypsy loved you.
I knew he was gonna say Gypsy. And so then when I brought them, I was coming through Tennessee back when I was living in Virginia. I was going home. I was going back to my mom's house in Alabama. And obviously I stopped through and I saw them and I brought my dogs with me. And Gypsy just like, oh my God, Mitchell, it's been so long. I missed you. And then I have another dog, Betty, who they met both for the first time. And of course, Betty was like all about everybody.
Yeah.
Jackson really loved Gypsy though, but it's because Gypsy's so calm.
Yeah.
But Gypsy literally loved Mitchell. But one of my favorite pictures is there's that picture of you and Gypsy, and then there's a picture of Amanda and Gypsy from my party. Amanda had the cute little bows in her hair. I mean, little gold bows. They're cute. Yeah. We have a lot of great memories, though.
We really do.
And packing up your apartment.
Oh my gosh.
All this happened within like
4 a.m.
5 months, 6 months.
It did. Yeah.
So, I mean, because
there was a 3-year blip we don't talk about.
Oh my God.
I think we got snapped by Thanos.
Yeah. I don't know. 3
sure
years who?
happened.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell me. Don't know nothing about that. Why do you have to bring that up?
Because there was
it's important. There was like, okay, we can't stay here not like there wasn't a blip. But however, Amanda and I still had a lot of love for each other. Yeah. But this is how you know our souls were always connected, because I always thought about Amanda. Okay, I know it sounds really weird to say that, but I always like wondered how like I was like always knew like we were connected, and I was like I miss her dearly. And then literally like 3 years ago now, almost 3 years ago, she was just like, hey. How's it going? And I was like, oh my God, I'm great. Like, and then I remember she's like
the Undertaker, like rising up.
I loved it. But then later she's like, do you want to like talk on the phone? It's so funny. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like I was so nervous to talk to her on the phone again, because I was like, what do we? And we yapped for like 2 hours. And then I was like, oh my God. And then it was like nothing. Like no time had passed. Yeah, like we just clicked right back. And then I was like, I'm coming to see you in Tennessee. And then I came, and it was just like. No time had passed at all.
I know.
And I was like, I don't even know what happened.
And now you're Aunt Molly.
I'm Aunt Molly, and it's like the highest privilege. Honestly, I love it. Jackson today was like, Aunt Molly. And I was like, can you promise to call me that forever? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
What else did he call you today?
Oh, like Poopy and Igloo and everything else that he was saying today?
Aunt Molly, you're my best friend.
Oh, my best friend. I did. He did say that. Sorry, we can cut the.
I'm going to cry.
I literally, because Amanda, I was doing the dishes.
Yeah.
And Amanda was explaining that, and he's like, yeah, Aunt Maya, you my best friend. I was like, oh my God, I love you.
He wanted to play, and I was like, well, give Aunt Molly a second, because she's doing the dishes. And he was like, why? And I was like, well, because she's helping Mommy. Like, that's what friends do. Like, Mommy needs some help sometimes. Yeah. And so Aunt Molly is Mommy's best friend, and so Aunt Molly is helping Mommy do some stuff around the house, because she loves me, and, like, you do things for people who, like, you love. And he goes, Aunt Molly, you're my best friend.
Aww. He is. Really and then it was followed with, can we make cake pops now? No, I'm just kidding. But actually, no, I think it actually was. Because I told him, I was like, okay, Jack, we're going to make cake pops today. And when you tell Jackson something, he's going to write it. So you do it. He remembers it.
He has a memory of like Amanda.
Yeah. Literally. And there was something else today. I don't know he wanted to do. And I was like, how do you remember that? But yeah, we made cake pops. That was quite fun. That was so much fun.
So, okay. We have come a long way in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Which is great. Mm-hmm. But I want to go back in time. Oh. Tell me how we even got to this point. How did you start with Disney? And tell us like about your Disney career. I mean, we talked about this briefly before we got on. You started with the Disney College Program. Mm-hmm. And you got to do some really cool stuff that maybe some people maybe like the 1 year roles is just like, I think everyone's like, how do you do it? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you do this role?
Yeah.
Because it can sometimes be absolute chaos at Disney.
God, the cheerleaders at Disney and the resorts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So just, tell us like, I just explain some of your roles that you've had. And then I would love for you just to walk us through like your Disney career and like how it all unfolded.
I'm pretty sure Disney is literally like ingrained in my DNA. No joke. So my aunt actually, just want to throw it back a little bit. My aunt, she worked at Disney my whole life growing up. I was very fortunate.
I forgot about that.
I know. So I was very fortunate to grow up a Disney kid in that aspect, because my mom is a teacher, and so we used to go in the summer. And so we just would go and spend the summers there. My aunt would work. She was can I say like what she did? Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
She was like friends with like Pooh and like Eeyore, and she got to be friends with like the penguins, from Mary Poppins, and so she got to meet Julie Andrews, which was super cool.
That's really cool.
That's her idol. Genuinely, like Julie, like how Taylor Swift is mine, like Julie Andrews is hers. It was really incredible. And she did the I think it was Spectro Magic. She was she was friends with the Blue Fairy. Is that Spectro?
Spectro.
That was Spectro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a super cool time. So I was very spoiled in that. I say spoiled because I got to go often. Like my first steps were to Mickey Mouse, which is crazy. So I did that, and then I remember being in college, and they were like, "Oh, like the Disney College program," and I literally just applied on a whim. I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna get it. It's like a hard thing to get." And again, this was pre-COVID, so it was really tough. And I remember I was so brave enough. I applied for the 6-month stint because there's 3 months, and then there's 6 months. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do 6 months. I'm gonna get down there. I'm gonna love it." And I did. I loved it. So I got accepted, and I did I think it was considered the fall. No, it would have been the summer program, but it started in February. I think it was considered the summer.
Fall.
Was it fall? I can't remember how they did it. Was it the fall one? Because I started in January, but it ran until June.
No,
that's spring.
Spring.
They call it spring and fall. Yeah.
Thank you. Spring and fall. I was new. It was one of the S words. So it was spring. And I remember they make you wait for weeks to find out your location, like your role and everything. And I was like, I'm so nervous. And I ended up getting food and beverage at All-Star Music. Now, mind you, the only Disney resort I had stayed in at this time was Art of Animation. We stayed there once when it opened because my aunt was not working there anymore, so we didn't have a place to stay like when we went for the trip. And so I was like, I've never been to music. I'm so excited. This is great, And I was like, food and beverage. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Because at the time I was like at indifference with food and beverage. And now it's actually my whole career. But so I did that. I went in and I actually lived in Chatham. Mitchell and I were chatting about how we both lived at Chatham.
Yep. Chatham Squad.
Chatham Squad, yeah. I was like, I didn't have the luxe new housing that they have. Like the Flamingo Crossing housing is insane.
If you guys aren't familiar with Disney housing now, like it is bougie.
It's insanely nice.
Don't let
they have like a full size bed.
Yeah, like don't let any of these Disney college programmers tell you they have it hard.
No, they don't know hard.
They don't know hard.
And they have a partition like separating the beds, which is insane because I was living with 5 other girls. So we had a single and bunk beds and a 2-bedroom. It was crazy. All working opposite schedules, mind you, which also was like horrid because someone's coming in at like 1 a.m., like i.e. me, because I work PMG or CP, and then some are like getting up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So anyway, so I did food and beverage there. I literally got to the end of my program and I was like crying to my mom sitting in Chatham. I was like, I don't want to leave. And she's like, okay. And I was like, I already applied for a job. She's like, Molly Katherine, like, what do you mean? Like, I hadn't even told my mom yet. It was so funny. And my proprietor at the time, he was so nice. I think his name was Dave. I can remember what he looked like. He was the nicest man. And I like went to him. I was like, hey, I really want to stay, but there's like nobody picking me up for jobs. Because, towards the end of the program, you can apply for jobs, full-time, part-time, whatever. And he was like, okay, I'll open up seasonal for you. And it was me and like one other girl. He opened up seasonal for us as cast members,
And I'll tell you, it was really hard. So I got seasonal at the end of my program, and that was back in 2013. Just about 2 years after, or like a year after I went seasonal, they changed the seasonal requirements. And
my God.
They changed everything, and they made it extremely difficult. They didn't really give out seasonal. So to be able to get a seasonal role from like 2015 on, and we're talking about what was that?
I think I was like, I think it was like beginning of 2019 because I was sitting here, I was like, when did Mickey and Minnie's open? Because I couldn't remember because I feel like we've lived 5 lives between now and then between COVID and everything else. Yeah. It's insane.
So that's crazy. Yeah.
Because that's actually how my aunt unfortunately like lost her job with Disney because she went seasonal because she moved. I think she was with the company for like 18 years. Wow. And like when she got that letter, she was so sad because she didn't meet the quota requirement because they had changed it, like you said. And she was like, I didn't know. And then she was like, it's probably for the best. I never left. And I was like, yeah. So anyway, so I went seasonal because he was like, are you going to be staying here? I was like, I have. I literally had an apartment, everything. I was like, I just need to find a way to pay my bills. And he's like, okay. And he opened it up for me. And then actually, this is so funny. I don't think I've ever told you this. I applied for part-time at Pizza Rizzo's.
What?
So
the rat pizza place.
And I was like, that. I love Rizzo the Rat. Like, genuinely love him. And so I actually got picked up for part-time at like, what did I just call Pizza Rizzo's?
Yeah.
do you want to know? I declined the offer. Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, this is one of those hear me out situations. Okay.
She's like, I applied for my dream job and I got it.
To work at the Rat Pizza is my dream. Honestly, though, Muppets would have been iconic. Okay, but here's the thing. I declined it because I had a trip planned to Europe. And I was like, I need my time. It was going to be right around the time. And I told my friend, she's like, are you so dumb? I was like, probably. But I was like, I have a trip planned to Europe. What am I going to do? We were going together. And then it was a blessing in disguise. Okay. So then I was like scouring to find jobs. Cause I was like, I picked up a lot of shifts. Seasonal, it didn't matter. They scheduled me. I picked up hours. So I was able to hit the quota. But then that's how I wound up on Mickey and Minnie's. I had no idea about attractions. Okay. Had I really kind of known like the safety critical role that was, I probably would have reconsidered. No, not really. Actually, it was a great opportunity. I genuinely enjoyed it. I never would have met Amanda or you. So I always believe things happen for a reason. So anyways, I ended up applying for Mickey and Minnie's and it was wild because it sat pending for like ever. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm never going to get this. And then I remember I was on my break at All Star Music and I got the email confirmation that I was going to be doing it. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. I'm going to be on opening team. Again, I'm like, the first Mickey ride ever. What the heck? This is so cool. What an honor. So I did that. And then I remember in December, I think we started Guest Flow, which looking back now, I did kind of enjoy it. Like it was cold some days, but really it was very, I feel bad saying something like nobody cared about us. Like nobody cared what we did. Like I would put into ER some days or there'd be days. There was this really nice break room that used to be over by, I don't work there anymore, so I don't care what I'm telling. It was actually over by Toy Story Land. Okay, it was one of the nice break rooms. It was a maintenance break room, I think. Maintenance used to break there, but it was like plush, cushy chairs. There was like some soft music playing. I was like, soft music was playing, okay? And there was like some movies on always. I used to go take my breaks in there. Was I only scheduled for 30s? Sometimes. Did I take an hour? Absolutely. But again, I don't work there anymore, so it's fine. People did way worse things than I did. So, anyways, I did that. I did Guest Flow for a while. Then finally I got to go in the building, and that was super cool to do Mickey and Minnie's. I remember when we were still doing, so I wasn't doing quite what Amanda was doing yet. They were operating the ride. We were literally just like glorified like test rats. We were riding the ride so many times a day. I remember we had to put our phones in like baggies. They're like, you can't take your phones in there. And I remember they're like, it was so cold in there. It was freezing in Myrrh, as we called it, Myrrh. And I used to wear my sweatshirt, but they're like, you have to bag your phones. I'm like, this is like insane. And so we used to bag our phones, and I don't know who took them. So they were in a locker or like the coordinators at the time. So anyway, so when we were working on Galaxy's Edge, I just knocked the microphone, guys. So sorry. Apologize. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so when I was working on Galaxy's Edge's Guest Flow, I got to wear the cool Star Wars uniform, which was super sick. Galaxy's Edge uniform was really cool. That was probably one of my favorite things to go into costuming for was that one because there was so many different pieces you could pick out.
Yes.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, I got to put on the Smuggler's Run, so I had the blue vest.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I didn't get all the pieces that like you did in your roles, but like, yes, I know what you're talking about. Awesome.
Actually, it's so funny. On my memories from Facebook today, it popped up like 6 years ago. I was actually working my first Guest Flow shift on Galaxy's Edge. Mind you, when I started Guest Flow, we were wearing that ugly like gray shirt and those black shorts. And then they're like, I think it was called like Outer Edge or Outer Rim at the time or whatever is what they called that shift on our schedule. So I knew what it was. And then, no. That was just regular Guest Flow. When you went into Galaxy's Edge, it was called Outer Rim. And I was like,
but what is Guest Flow?
Guest Flow is basically pack. And I stood there all day and I answered questions for people. And they're like, where is this? Where is that? And I was like, well, if you go this way, and of course my Disney tone. And I pointed, and I still point with my whole hand or 2 fingers, mind you.
Yeah, I still do the same.
The Disney point.
The Disney point never leaves you.
It never
Whether
leaves
you.
you.
Work there for a day or for years, you never.
And my favorite key is still efficiency. And people are like, why is it not safety? I'm like, because if you do things efficiently, you're doing it safely. Okay? Thank you so much. Efficiency is my favorite key, and I stand by that still.
It is the best.
It is the best key.
Stand by that.
But what was the other? Oh, inclusion was one they added, but that was after we all left.
Yeah, that was after we left.
So I was like, instead of 5 keys, it's 6 keys now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it just throws it all off. But I digress from that. Anyway, so I got to get the really cool Galaxy's Edge name tag because obviously I can't go in there wearing my 50. No, it wasn't even the 50th one. It's just my normal Disney name tag. And I kid you not, I don't know who this man was. He was some leader or something. He had like whatever. I had to fight. Oh, we got on the topic of my name. We were talking about my name. Your name tag. So Molly Katherine is my name. Okay, and Disney will put. They allow people to put some of the dumbest things on the name tag. I worked with one girl who put giggles on her name tag. I'm like, that's not even your name. And so I'm fighting to get Molly Katherine on a name tag. They're like, but it won't fit. And I'm like, I don't believe you. Okay. And they're like, no, we can't do it. And I'm like, I don't understand why. It's my name. I want my name on a name tag. Yeah. So then they finally do it. I think they were just lazy. I'm like, you just type it in on a computer. It takes 2 seconds. Just type it in, please. So finally, I get my Galaxy's Edge name tag, and I'm like standing Galaxy's Edge, holding the lollipop sign, hating my life, okay? End of line for Rise of Resistance, because it was boarding groups only at the time. That's a tragic story I can tell you about another day. We'll save that for another time, okay? You guys have to subscribe, remember, like, 5-star reviews, get Molly back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to come back every week. Anyways, so this man walks by me. Again, I think he's a leader or something. He's a leader for sure. And he sees me in my name tag. He's like, I saw that name come across my desk for the name tags, and I thought it was a joke. I kid you not. This man said, I thought your name was a joke. And I swear to you, I looked him dead in the eyes, dumbfounded. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, no, I thought your name was a joke. I said, like, I'm looking around, I'm like, who? Is he talking to me? And he was. He's like, yeah, Molly Katherine. I'm like, have a great day, sir. Like, basically have a magical day. I'm like, what do you mean you thought my name was a joke? It was so weird.
That's
like,
weird, yeah.
It just burned into my brain. I can tell you exactly where I was standing. Okay, so it's like Rise of Resistance, but it's like, before you go like into the market area, like there's like that little fork before you kind of get to the bathroom. It's like right there. And it's like where Chewie used to kind of walk through. And I'm like, I don't know why this man just said that to me. I was with my friend Miranda at the time, actually. It was me and Miranda.
So rude.
It was the rudest thing ever. And like he said it in such a way, I was like, and that's burned into my brain still to this day. And I was like, I don't understand why he thought that was a joke. So it was so funny.
That's crazy.
It was so crazy. So then anyway, finally we got into the building. We got to start doing like 5 million test rides on Mickey and Minnie. That was a lot of fun. And then I remember I had to work my first shift in Tower, and that stressed me out, which Tower was like basically you go in there, you lock your phone in a box and everything. And then you have 5,000 cameras. You're like trying to watch like your eyes are glued to it, like your life depends on it. And if you see anyone standing, you're like hitting that red button. Actually, today when we were changing Stella's clothes, my man was like, we're gonna do a whole reset. And I was like, oh, like an auto E, Stella. And I was like, we're gonna do ride stop, E stop. Oh, ride stop, E stop, show stop. Oh, I could not remember today to save my life. I was like, what is it? And anyway, so I did that at Mickey and Minnie's, and then I remember COVID happening, which I think we all do, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember they had let go of all the CPs. And mind you, I really hadn't heard much. When you work for Disney, you literally live in a Disney bubble. I know people like kind of jokingly say that, but it is very true because you're very in tune with what's going on in the park and what's going on like in the Disney sphere. But you don't really know what's kind of going on in the outside world, which is, I know sounds, I don't know, like naive or however you want to look at it.
It's a good and bad thing. Like if you're, because like if you're really into the Disney culture, like which most people are, like if you're going to work
especially
there,
if you work there,
yeah, like you're wanting to escape the real world, and like working for Disney really does allow you to escape it.
Well, I think the issue like isn't that like you can't find out about what happens in the real world. Like you're not like truly in a bubble, but it's that like there's so much going on within the Disney bubble that like you can't really reach the outside bubble.
You're consumed.
You're consumed truly by like the company, like every aspect of it. Like being a guest and being a cast member, like you're both because you're most likely working there because you love it, right? So like you want the perks, you want to be in the parks, you want to be like in close proximity to it, so might as well work there and you can go to one for free. So you're consumed by being a guest, and then you're also consumed by work. It's like you don't know what's going on outside because you don't have like the capacity or the time to like know what's going on.
I would agree. I was just getting ready to say it's definitely like the mental capacity of like when you're not at work though. Truly, when I was not at work, if I wasn't at your house, I genuinely like when you guys were living there. I can't really remember a day that we didn't spend together.
Yeah,
like even like on off days or like days that we would like split shifts. Like where there was like I don't remember not being like in a space where it's like you kind of just want to go and you just want to like live in your own bubble in a sense where I still kind of do this purposely just because of the anxieties of everything going on in the world. I purposely put myself in that bubble. I'm not obviously completely oblivious what's going on, but at the same time, like, my mental capacity only allows me to process so much. So anyways, I remember people coming in and they're like, oh, like they let go of all the CPs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? CPs were like, yeah, like they're like letting us all go, blah, blah, blah. CPs were calling off of work that day. But it makes sense that they let them know because they obviously lived like on property housing, if you will. So they had to kind of notify them like, hey, you have to kind of pack your stuff and go, which is scary to think about. And a lot of them were so sad. And I felt sad for them because I did get to finish my college program and it was a really cool thing because you get the whole graduation cap and you get to do like the Mickey and the so it was a really cool experience when you finish your program. And so it was really sad for them. But then I remember we were blocked out of Hollywood Studios for so long that they actually, do you remember when Rise opened?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, I think it was like almost a year, if I'm not wrong. And like they would lift the blockout date sometimes. But I remember that day all the CPs were there. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing. What are you guys doing here? Yeah. They're like, they fired us. I'm like, they fired you? What are you talking about? And then I remember it was our leader at the time. And we had just hired a new leader. It was Jonathan and a new girl. They just hired as a leader. I don't remember her name. Because I worked with her, I think, like 2 days, genuinely. And they were like, hey, you're going to get laid off for 2 weeks. Or not laid off, if you will, but like you're basically you're just not going to work for 2 weeks. And I was like, okay. And then like, we're going to call you back. And so everyone's like, well, can we go home? They're like, well, we could call you back at any time. Mind you, everyone ended up going home. We all went home. And because for 4 months we didn't work. But none of us actually got properly furloughed, I want to say, until like, April? Yeah. Because we went back in June. You and I started back in June.
For me, it was the beginning of May.
So you went back before me.
No, like we got furloughed in May.
Okay, so it was May.
Yeah.
Okay,
it was
so
May 3rd. It was my sister's birthday.
But can we also, before I continue talking about my careers, can we just like side note and talk about how wild that whole experience was? I remember getting the notification that we were actually going to be closing parks. I actually backtracked before our leaders even told us we were going to be closing for 2 weeks. Was that we got a notification. I remember this so clearly. I was in Carousel of Progress. My friends were visiting and I got them into the parks. I was in Carousel of Progress because that's the superior ride. And if you don't like Carousel of Progress, okay, thank you.
Yes, Molly. Great choices. You're making really good choices.
I make smart choices. I took my smart pills.
Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, Rat Pizza and Carousel of Progress. Oh, rip to Muppets, honestly. I knew it was coming. But Gonzo's Royal Flush, honestly.
No.
Those are the best toilets.
Those are okay. Are you? I mean,
you're like side note on a side note.
Water bottle refill. Like
honestly, yeah. Sorry, sidetrack and a sidetrack. Oh, but also, what was that? Oh my gosh, Mama Melrose. Yes. Honestly, if you've never eaten there, unfortunately, I don't think you can now anymore. No, it's closed. No, it was a hidden gem.
Best vodka ever.
My god,
so good.
And we had the best cast member discount there. Oh my god, and the coupons. Okay, I could go on. This is a whole nother episode. But anyways, I remember being in Carousel of Progress, and I was like the whole Disney hub where you used to be able to log in. You could see like
the hub.
It was literally the hub, and I saw that Disneyland was closing. I was like, for like 10 days. I think it was 10 days at the time to start. I was like, there's no way we're not closing because Disney would always follow suit. Always follow suit. No joke. By the time I got out of Carousel of Progress, I think I did 2 more rides. And then like we're at the Tangled bathrooms, also superior bathrooms at Magic Kingdom. I do like that one. I don't know why.
Those are good.
They hit you with some nice cool air when you walk in. You're like, wow.
It is really cold, yeah.
It's so nice. Those and the ones between Pirates as well. You know, like between Pirates and like Tiki.
Yeah. I think we need to do a podcast episode and rank
of the best
bathrooms.
Can we please?
Of Walt Disney World. What do you guys think?
A Patreon episode.
Yeah.
I think it should be a Patreon episode because if you want to know the best bathrooms in Disney, you got to cough it up a little bit. Subscribe. Come on. Listen, I would pay to know. Listen, I would pay to know.
Pay for the research.
Listen, pay for the research.
You know,
we do it for you so you don't have to.
When we found out COVID was happening and like the parks were shutting down, it was my birthday.
Yeah, it was. It was in March.
And it was literally the day of my birthday. My family was in town and we were at Artist Point eating with Snow White.
Yep.
Oh, that's your favorite princess.
You could tell all the cast members when we got the notification all at once.
Okay, but
you heard like a big gasp in the room and just this like...
Wait, you need to tell them how we found out, Mitchell. Because don't act like it was coming from a leader telling us.
No.
We need to do our due diligence and it was coming from a blog.
Yeah.
A blog.
Yep.
And that's also how we found out we were getting furloughed.
Yeah.
I remember sitting at my mom's house in tears in Alabama, mind you, Still getting paid every week from Disney. We were getting paid, which was really that was really nice. I will say that was really nice.
They did pay us until the government started paying us.
Yeah.
Which that was a nightmare in of itself. Waking up every morning and you're in a queue for like 5 hours to get.
Gosh.
I didn't get my unemployment till 2 weeks before going back to work. I went back to work on my birthday, which is June 28th.
That's crazy. Actually, we were getting ours,
and I had to like. They're like, no, we don't have you in our system. I'm like, how? I literally am not working right now. So anyways, so I remember we read it on a blog that we were getting furloughed and I knew it was going to close. And I'm like, this is like so, it made me sad though, because I was like, that's so unfair to all of us that like poured all of our blood, sweat, and tears into like our jobs that we love so much. And they did not. Ah, she knocked the microphone. So sorry. She's tying a sweater on me. I must look cold. And then I was like, they just put it in a blog. It's crazy. And then we found it at work the next day. And I was like, they're like, oh, we have something to tell you. I'm like, tell us something we don't already know. Please and thank you. And Mickey Mouse was open for 15 days.
Yeah.
It was 15 days.
15. They had so many big plans for that. And I think
And we
that
never
needs
got
to be another episode. Because Amanda shared with me, like, what she was told that
Oh, I don't even think
all the different things they had discussed of doing. And
we never got an opening team gift. Do you know how sad that makes me?
oh, wow.
We had little train whistles they gave everybody at the park. Everybody that worked today.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then like we got furloughed and then like we found out about that and then I ended up going back to, obviously I was fortunate enough to go back and have my job. I felt very fortunate to still have a job. I remember well, I had bills to pay still, as did you, but you had a husband.
Well, the thing was that Mitchell, because he was working, the department he was working for was DVC, and they weren't doing anything. He
Office
still
and technical,
got
baby.
the government pay and like the extra like COVID bonuses and everything.
Oh, I forgot about the COVID bonuses.
I got to sit at home.
And he just sat at home.
Yep.
He drove Amanda to work, actually.
I was in the friggin' trenches out
there.
there.
It was rough. Post-COVID was so rough coming back. I remember the face shields. They were like, when they made us wear those, I was like, I never want to work inside rotation. I always beg to be outside.
The guests, 90% of them were horrible.
They were hated everything.
That's
like it was my fault that COVID happened.
Yeah, no one wanted to listen to rules. It's like you come into this park. It's literally private property. You pay to get in here and you're not going to follow the rules. Like, I'm sorry.
I think that's a whole episode in itself of
Literally,
like COVID times. I think we could go on.
We could. Anyway, so I won't continue yapping about that. But however, once we came back, I think I worked at Railway. Well, when did you guys leave?
We left December of 2020.
Okay, so not long after you guys left. Yeah. I touched it out a lot longer at Railway than I thought I did. I don't know why I'm like laughing.
A nervous laugh.
I'm like, oh wow, like I really did. And then I really wanted to go back to one of my old leaders. I really enjoyed working with her at music. She was at All Star Movies. She got called back. And she was like, I have a position open, like in food and beverage. I was like, okay, like I'm going to come back just because I want to work for you. Granted, food and beverage at the resorts post-COVID was also equally as rough because you had to literally police like people coming in. And it was like you could mobile order only. It was a whole big thing. That's a whole nother episode, honestly. But I ended up finishing out my Disney career at All-Star Movies, which was really sweet because I started music and I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm happy to go back, work in the resorts and be in movies. And I was a food and beverage coordinator. So that's where I ended my career before I actually applied for Marriott. And then I moved to Washington, D.C. and I lived there for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you who might not know, a coordinator for Disney is basically like an assistant manager.
Yeah.
And to be honest, and this is me being fully transparent. A coordinator does a lot of work. They're really more actual like entry-level managers at a job.
It is.
Like I wouldn't even call it, it's an assistant manager because that's just what it is, because then you have your leads. So you really have a manager. So it's an assistant manager
like
role.
Scheduling and write-ups. I honestly feel like that's pretty much all they did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't sit here and say that, but I feel confident in my answer of saying that actually.
Yeah. But that's what a coordinator does is like they run.
But you get a shiny gold pin that says coordinator.
Yeah.
And you actually get yelled at by the guests before your leader does, which is basically what an assistant manager would also do before you get the leader.
Yeah.
And then we were responsible for checking out like at the time it's all the specialties or all the shops, like you have your pizza grill, blah, blah. So you're closing them down. I have to drop money. I have to make sure all my banks are correct, which used to stress me out because I had you have 10 registers. For those of you that have been to Disney, obviously you've been to the value resorts, which have more registers than the deluxe resorts because it's a higher volume of guests. And so you have like 10 registers, you got 10 people, you've got 10 banks you've got to drop, you got to make sure all your money is correct. So it's very stressful. And then I was just like, I don't know, Disney post-COVID really, like, I always said I left before it ruined the magic for me because I love Disney so much still. Like, I still go. I love it as a guest, but to not be a cast member is really nice. Like, I enjoyed my career with Disney, and it really helped me set my foundation to be where I am now in my career. But it was so different post-COVID. It was just so, so different.
Yeah, it's, I think most people would agree. And I think it's just now kind of getting back to like pre-COVID times for even cast members.
But even,
like getting
it's
closer.
rough.
Yeah. So, okay, well, let's get into some questions.
Yes, rapid fire, let's go.
Yeah, so, okay. My biggest thing, here's my biggest...
Wait, also, if any of you have questions, when you leave your 5-star review, put them in the comments. Okay? No, but seriously, you can also just like leave your questions. I'd love to answer them. Yeah. If you find my stories interesting, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a
comment below,
path.
and then either Molly can comment, because if you're watching this on YouTube, because maybe you're watching there, you can comment on YouTube, or there's so many other places.
Or if you follow me and send me a DM,
yeah, you can go on Instagram, and we usually put a post up for
each
episode.
Like little, so you
can comment there or message us. Either
I'm
way,
doing some shameless plugs over here. I'm like, support them because I love them so much. No, I love them. But anyways, rapid fire question, Mitchell. Let's go.
So here's my thing.
Okay.
So for me, I would have been pretty disappointed if I would have been food and beverage at Disney, because that's so demanding, and that's like
at the value resorts too.
Yes,
no joke.
So like, what was it like? Like, what is your day like at working value resorts, food and beverage?
Can I tell you, my least favorite position to close was Beverage Island. I used to cry, not really, but like when I would see that I was working till 1 a.m., I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be closing BI, which is what we call Beverage Island. And that is the worst. So for all of you that go in there, splash your sodas 10,000 times on those machines, you're like the bane of my existence, because literally I would have to clean. No, not really. But like, honestly, so day to day as a CP, you're hungry. You're hungry, like in terms of like you're gonna work and do whatever. You're gonna pick up the hours. You're gonna work any shift. You're gonna do whatever. Because, I mean, I have like that work ethic instilled in me now. I'm like, I want to prove myself, and I always wanted to do more. Had I stayed with Disney, I wanted to be a leader. So I was like, this is my chance to shine. I'm like no different than any of the 500 CPs they had, But I remember like I always worked the PM shifts, which I'm not a night person. I like the mornings. I love the early mornings, but I was not senior enough. But it was fun though. Like I got to do a lot of those magical moments, as they called. And that was so special for me. Like seeing little kids and everything like there. I actually made a really great connection on my college program with people that I'm still friends with. They live in the UK. Shout out to Sammy and Crystal and Nanny and Granddad. I love them. So I was working register. I love doing register. I love doing cash. I don't know why I love doing cash, but it was so fun. And they were coming through, and they were staying for 2 weeks, and they had the dining plan. Again, this is all pre-COVID. And I think the dining plan is the same still now. Like you get the free mug, or I say free. You get the mugs included. I think it's mugs still included. So anyways, they're like, oh, look, we're going to pick up our mugs, blah, blah, blah. And I like showed them the mugs, and I got everything set up for them. And like Crystal at the time was 7. She's like 12 now, which is crazy. And she was like, I bonded, like she just kind of connected to me, like bonded. What was the word I said earlier? Imprinted. Yeah, that's actually not the word I said, but I'm going to save that for another time. Don't reveal the word, Mitchell. It's embarrassing. And she wanted to like, every time they came back, she'd always ask to see me. I ended up like hanging out with them at the parks and everything. Like it was super fun. Like that was a really cool experience I got at the resorts. I don't feel like you would make that connection in the parks, at least not when you work in attractions, because it's just kind of like, all right, how many people? 5, you're going to this row, you're going to go these, you're just like on a constant flow, like fast paced moving. Whereas like food and beverage, you kind of had those low periods, and you got to like really know people, and you learn a lot about the operation. Like genuinely, like I was really fortunate. Like I really connected well with my leaders. I'm still friends with one of my leaders. She actually I went to her wedding like back in January, and she had a baby and everything. It's really exciting. And they would like show me, like she would kind of tell me like her day-to-day operations and everything, and I would learn like about, oh my gosh, what was it? Was it not CI? What was the system we used to clock in and out of? I almost said CSI, but that's not right either.
The time clock.
That time. Oh my God, what was it called?
I
used to love to see CD. No,
CDS.
CDS.
Yeah,
We were gonna get there. CSI. I'm so silly. But I used to love to see a good bump out. But anyways, so like things like that, like in the closing positions were like, one of my favorite parts about Disney was at least the training. And I will die on this hill. Their training was phenomenal. What you get, like we were doing the training guides at Mickey and Minnie's. What was like that? Oh my God. What was it called though? It was called something, but I absolutely loved the training guides because they were so detail oriented. And I love a good guide. So it was like all these cleaning operations and everything. But for me, it was like the guest connection at the resorts. Now, granted, at the Value Resorts, those of you that don't know, that's where all the big Sweet 15s would come and stay, which are the big Brazilian groups, which would be like groups of like 40 people. And you're like, oh my God. In that moment, you wish you spoke Portuguese because you're like, I don't know. But we thank God, shout out to ICPs. When they had them, they would come and lifesavers. They would come and translate because I like to think I know Spanish. I know very little Spanish, mind you. I can speak very little. But those of you that don't know, i.e. like Katherine, Spanish and Portuguese, two different things, okay? Dude, I mean, like, you're like Molly. Obviously, the names are different. No. But, like, they're not even remotely close. You're better off speaking French to people that speak Portuguese than you are speaking Spanish. So that was, like, trying at times because, like, we had the cheerleaders that would come because they all stayed there. Also obeying my assistants.
Hot take. Okay, this is probably gonna upset some people.
It's gonna upset me, but go ahead. They're all gluten free. Yeah, go ahead. Literally, okay. I need gluten free chicken tender. Like what? Like, are you like what? No, I just need gluten free. I'm like, they still have carbs, but continue.
That's not even my hot take, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
What was tougher for you? The Brazilian tour groups or the cheerleading conventions?
Freaking cheerleaders.
Yeah,
because
the
parents were horrible. I almost feel guilty saying this, but why? I don't even work there, so I could care less.
I'm sorry if you're a cheerleading parent out there listening to this.
It's not you. It's not everyone. No. But, like, there were a lot of people that were so bad. And it's just, like, okay, and I think you two would agree with me. When you work for Disney, people almost forget you're a human. It's like at that moment, we're there to serve and please them. And I'm like, yes, I'm here to make a magical experience for you and like have a great vacation, but also I'm a human being and I have feelings. Like, don't talk to me this way in like a disrespectful manner. I never liked that, but I also carried the mentality of how people treat you at Disney or how they treat people in the real world. Now, I know that sounds really weird to say because you're like, Disney is the real world, but like going back to what we said earlier, you're kind of in a bubble. And people carry that mentality of, which I think Disney's done such a great job at that, like, we do create these magical moments, but it's also really set this tone of people think they can do what they want, and they can say what they want, and they can treat you how they want. And I'm like, but that's not how this works. And you may have felt that working DVC. Like, I mean, I know you've done a plethora of roles, but I mean, I know you felt that for sure too. Like, why can my kid not ride this ride? You're like, sir, like, they're not the high. I'm sorry, I care about your child's safety. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And that was like nothing. Genuinely, like, I have no qualms with like any like cheerleaders or anything like that, but it was just like when they would come, like their whole mindset would shift, and like you have girls stunned in the middle of the dining room, like and they got disqualified for that. Like, you can't actually stunt in the middle of the dining room, like that completely breaks. Like, which I was like,
safety issues.
Yeah, safety number one. Okay, yep. But it was just like, why? Like, they just like, it was really mostly the kids. It really wasn't always the parents, I will say. So, but also I'm like, it's kind of a reflection on the parents.
Yeah. So okay.
That's a hot take, I know, but then also all the gluten-free chicken tenders, insane. You guys laugh, but when I
believe it. 100% I believe it.
Yeah, of course, it's Disney. Of course, there's a whole separate kitchen. I say it's like separate part of the kitchen they prepare the stuff in, which is great. As one thing I did appreciate about Disney is they take the allergy serious. And as someone who has developed allergies recently, I do appreciate that because it's no joke. Like, you don't want to use an EpiPen. That's not fun. Nobody wants to call Reedy Creek. Oh, Reedy Creek. Oh, what do we Alpha? The Alphas. All right, rip. Honestly,
yes.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
But to go back to your question,
yeah,
I enjoyed the parks. I did. To work in Hollywood Studios was like a really big like goal of mine. Hot take. I never wanted to work in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Same.
I don't like. I love that park. But I was like, I never want to work here unless I was gonna do pack. Amanda and I always wanted to be the person that was like, put your feet up, like at the parades. I don't know why I wanted to do that. Like I can remember visiting the park as a kid. I told my mom, I was like, I want to do that, and she's like, what? I'm like, put your feet up.
Pack is like my least favorite. Like I don't want to do pack. Like,
I don't know why I want to do it. It just sounds fun to go by the street and tell people put their feet up.
Yeah,
it's weird. But
no, too much for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more question for you, Amanda. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I'm just here for the ride.
Okay. She's here for a good time.
Well, now I'm forgetting my question because I was expecting.
Mitchell, did I make you nervous? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're making me super nervous.
He's actually over here like sweating, guys. Okay, yeah. You can't see him, but like. Actually, we're actually all sweating over here.
It's really hot in here.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, it is really warm.
Should I leave the room?
Oh. Wow, that was quick.
It was quick.
Okay, but come on, you guys know me. I don't miss an opportunity to like slide one of those in.
That's
okay,
true.
Thank you so much.
That's true.
Like, I love a one-liner.
What is what was your favorite role? I mean, I guess you kind of touched on it. Like you really enjoyed being the food and bev. Being part of that team, you felt like you got more of a chance. So, like, was that your favorite role at Disney?
I did love Mickey and Minnie's. I will say that was fun to be. I didn't even talk about this, but like to be able to be the first person to wear my uniform. I remember going to costuming that day for Mickey and Minnie's, and that was really cool. That was probably. I genuinely enjoyed that role, but I do think food and beverage was one of my favorite roles. The coordinator position was because I always knew I could do more. Like I always wanted to be a leader, but not because like I have like a power complex or anything, but I genuinely just enjoy like leading people. And you know, I still to this day carry the mentality of like I just want to take care of my team. Like how can I be like the best like positive example for them and like lead them? And I do think like Disney taught me a lot. Like there's a lot of things. I always say I don't regret my time at Disney. Is it something I would ever go back to? No. And just because like it's just not what I want. You outgrow things, and that's totally normal and that's totally fine. It was just not my career path for me. Yeah. But I did really enjoy my food and beverage role. It was a lot of resorts were fun. And it's so funny because I never wanted to stay in food and beverage. I was like, oh, I got my degree in hospitality. But I was like, I don't want to do food and beverage, blah, blah. And I'm like, I need to stop saying stuff like that because I'm like, never say never because you always end up doing the opposite of what you think you're going to be doing.
100%.
And I mean, you probably didn't think you were going to be where you are. So, you know, it's just like.
I literally, what did I say, Amanda? I said I would never be back.
Yeah.
In Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And here I am.
Like, things just happen, and it's, I don't know, like, I always think things just work out how they're supposed to. So, I think had I not done the college program, honestly, had we not all, like, gone through COVID at Disney, I think I would still be there. And I know that sounds wild to say, but I would have still be there. I don't think I would have done the Marriott internship and the only reason that I did that internship with the Voyager program through Marriott, which if you're thinking about it, 10 out of 10 recommend. I can talk about that another day too. I love that. Was because one of my CPs at the time was like, I applied for the Marriott like Voyager program. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. And I had just graduated college. So I was still eligible. Ooh. Sorry, I knocked the microphone. So sorry. Mitchell's like...
You guys are like gravitating to the microphone.
He's like, I can't help it.
I literally told him before we get on, I said, hey, like, just don't move the microphone. It's sensitive.
Don't move it.
I said, it's on a cheap stand. Like,
he did say cheap, and
like,
I said, oh.
We have really nice microphones, but the stands are cheap. But like, so if you
the microphones are nice, actually.
It's going to make... We already had to like do a little bit of edits earlier. Because
but someone whose microphone that was, Mitchell.
That was mine.
Thank you. Don't blame that on us, even though we've knocked it 10 times. Thank you so much. That was Mitchell's microphone. But, anyways, I will say though, the Marriott interview process was way more strenuous than the Disney was. I went through like 5 steps to get my Marriott job, which was insane. I know, crazy, right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I have a Marriott job as well.
Mitchell does, but
mine was not hard.
Okay, but like my qualms that I've had with Mitchell, like I need to call his property because I'm like, guys, he's like, they're doing him a disservice. He doesn't know any of the great perks that we have in Marriott.
I haven't like checked into any of the benefits that I get.
He is literally entitled to. We literally entitled to these.
Molly's like, you have all these things that you can get as a part-time employee, and I'm like, oh, that would be nice.
I was like, literally, the only thing you don't qualify for is health insurance, and you don't need that because you have it somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here because we're getting a little tight on time, and
then we gotta wrapping it up already.
I've yapped his ear off.
He's like, that's getting started.
You're what?
That's his polite way of saying, Molly, you've talked too much.
You literally over there. You ate like 10 cookies. You've gone 5 times.
Wait, guys, these cookies were so good.
Kroger brand cookies.
Yeah. And I don't have a Kroger near me, but like they're so good. I just have to come back here more often to get cookies.
Well, we do have
just letting my girl have her time. That's all.
Yeah, you just let her speak.
Yeah.
That's good. We do have a Patreon show to get to, so that's why I want to wrap it up here real quick. But I
hope you all enjoyed my segment. Thanks for letting me yap. If you want to see me back next week, I will be, and we'll be talking about the bathrooms of Disney.
She's like, give a thumbs up if you want to see me back.
No, even if you don't give me a thumbs up, I'm still going to come back because I genuinely enjoyed this. If you think I should start my own podcast, leave some titles of what it should be called. Molly Behind the Mic. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cute.
That's kind of cute, but also... that requires me to edit it, and I don't think I can put more on Mitchell's plate because he has to edit this plus the vlog. And I just, I like how you're like, I'm going to start a podcast, and like, I don't know if I want to put more on Mitchell's plate. Like, like there was no conversation. It's just like the expectation. In true Molly fashion, would you expect anything less of me?
I know.
He would not. He loves me. He really does. Honestly.
Okay, so my question for you, this last question.
Okay.
You shared a lot of great memories about your Disney career, but is there a memory that like maybe sticks out the most that you haven't shared with us?
Besides meeting you and Amanda?
Oh,
really honestly, that was the best. Genuinely, I will say opening day of Mickey and Minnie's was a really cool experience because you just feel that excitement. Like, I know I hadn't been there as long as Amanda before it opened, but like, the time, like, do you remember when they finally got the lifts right and they finally got all the scenes working and like the car track was working for Runaway, like for Mickey and Minnie? Like, oh no, the track switch, like all of that was like super exciting because Minnie's face used to have like C-show and then the car wouldn't even come out. So to be able to see that ride that I love so much, and I still love that ride so much to this day, I can't wait to take my niece on it when we go in October. That was like one of my favorite things, opening day, and like I got to be outside and welcoming the guests, which was super cool. So I got to wear my favorite part of the uniform. I didn't look like a watermelon. Remember the green vest?
I hated the green vest.
It was reversible. I actually still have my costume.
Blue scarf.
Oh, I always forgot to put on. The hat. But that's probably my favorite Disney memory, genuinely, is just like getting to welcome guests. The first guest. I wish I could remember who the first guests were. Like, not their names, but like it was like a family or a couple. But yeah, that's my favorite Disney memory, is like welcoming everyone to Mickey. Oh, but also, wait, hang on. I have two.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios is my favorite park. It's one of my favorite parks. I love that park. But to be a cast member and when you'd open at Christmas time and the holidays and you get to see all the lights, it's beautiful. It's dark. You're like coming in. It's peaceful. Yeah. Like, I used to take like the long route in to get into Mickey and Minnie's, and it was so... And you appreciate it. Like, I needed those moments to kind of have some gratitude for my job and be like, okay.
I can't tell you how many times I'd walk in and I would just kind of look around. I'm like, I literally get to do this every day.
I know. Isn't it like a weird, like, surreal feeling? You're like, oh, this is like how... Like,
it's what helps ground you. Because, like, you do, like... Sometimes it's an entry level. You're working a lot. It's hot. Guests are rude. You know, you go through all the motions sometimes, but like,
absolutely,
it's a good way to like re-ground you in the magic. Like, just kind of like taking your time walking in one day and just like looking around and being like, I'm a part of this.
Because generally, you have to give your own stuff those pep talks, which that'll say is my favorite part of my career now. Is I get to do lineups on my team every day. I do them with like, I have like 5 different lineups I do a day, and I enjoy getting to be the guiding force for them. And like, that's something I wish they did at Disney. Is like, and they may do it now. I could be wrong. I don't know how they do it now, but like, you need that pre-shift like motivation from your leader.
We had track talks, is what we called them.
Okay, yeah, we didn't do them at Railway.
That was only in the morning. That was opening shift. That was it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we did it at Railway.
No, we did. We did them at closing too.
Oh yeah, opening, but nothing for the mid.
No, that's what we talked about. Was really hard. That in the mid
coming in at like 10 a.m.
No, they just get thrown in. Like, I'm just here.
Yeah, I'm just here. Yeah. I don't even think like we saw leaders first thing in the morning.
I don't remember.
Like, opening leaders were coming like a mid.
Like,
I genuinely blacked out like truly like 95% of my time in Disney.
I don't remember. Like, there are things that I do remember and there are things that I don't remember purposely so.
I remember nothing.
I remember the catwalks. That was
fun. I love the catwalks.
Those were cool. I enjoyed the closing shift at Railway, but Mitchell's looking at me like I need to wrap it up. So, in other words,
you're getting the eyes.
It's okay. Heat Solid Place of Love, because I do have another appearance to make on Patreon after this. So, guys, remember, I'm worth $5 at minimum. Amanda's alarm is going off. It's a duck.
Pumptini.
It's Pumptini time. She's
what
a mom,
are we going to
guys.
be playing on our show? Do you know?
I think it's Never Have I Ever.
It's Disney. Never Have I Ever.
I cannot wait.
Really
you guys are going to
excited.
crush me at that, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so
You have a few years on me.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. A Disney edition of Never Have I Ever.
It's going to be so fun.
So if you want to hear our responses, and we're doing it in video form.
We are.
I'm going to wear my Mickey sweatshirt. It's blue.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You're
a lot of
gonna
fun.
wear a sweatshirt. It is like really hot.
It's hot in here. We have to turn the fan on.
So join us over on Patreon. We got to get to that show now. So
Okay.
join us over there. We'd love to have you. I'd love for you to join us on that episode. But Molly, thank you for taking the time to be a part of this episode with us.
Oh my God, I had so much fun. Can we do this every week? Let's do next week.
Yes.
Same time next week?
Same time next week. We'll see you then.
Yeah, 11:58 p.m.
Oh my
Good night,
God.
everyone.
Good night, Brooklyn. I don't actually know. What's the saying? Good night, New York. I don't know. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
And thanks again. And of course, your support is always the most welcome to us. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
You can follow us on all of our social media, our YouTube, our
And mine.
Instagram, TikTok. And we also forgot to mention earlier our Facebook page. We keep forgetting to mention that, but we do have a Facebook page that we update regularly. And then also, of course, Patreon, where you'll be able to find the after show with Molly. So thank you again. Leave us a 5-star review.
I'll be Molly
We would love
Camden.
it. That's it. Molly, do you have any other sign off?
No.
Let's hear your
honestly,
best sign off. Your best podcast sign off.
My best podcast sign
Yeah,
off.
this is it. You got to master it because this is it, and then it just ends.
Oh my God, the pressure.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh my gosh. Just thank you all. Thank you. And everyone subscribe or that's it.
Do you have a little catchphrase you want to go with?
A catchphrase?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Give him a little something.
I can't. You pressure me. I can't think of it.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, guys. It'll come to me. He really put me on the spot with that one.
Yeah.
I normally have really great one-liners, but they have to come to me naturally. And Mitchell's putting me on the spot for it.
Well, that's it then.
That's my one-liner there. You know what? Mitchell put me on the spot.